It's true. We don't have to play down a queen for some material. But Vidit, he makes the draw. He wants the white pieces, and he trades queen. So this variation is all the rage. But Danya, is it a good bullet opening?
I think it's okay. I mean, if you know all of the typical ideas for white, if you know exactly where the pieces belong, I think that white can play this in bullet. I'm a little bit worried, though, because Magnus knows absolutely everything. And this G5, G4 idea, I think, is recommended by Erwin Lamy in his chessable course on the Caro. So Magnus clearly showing that he's done his homework here.
Magnus looking at chess games? Who would have thought it? If you ever watched the documentary on Magnus, he devours all material on the game of chess. It sort of shows based on his skill set. But look at this. Just bringing a knight to f4, controlling these dark squares. What does white have in this position as black will, of course, play h5?
Nothing. Knight g2. Whoa.
That's such a good move. He wants bishop h6.
Wow.
Incredible.
No, but this is positional mastery in a bullet game, and this is unprecedented. The way that Magnus has improved, if you look at his bullet performances over the last couple of years, how much faster he's gotten, how much crisper at bullet tactics, it's insane.
He's threatening checkmate, right? If the bishop moves and a rook gets to d8,
gosh,
the white king has no moves.
That's vulgar. Get that out of the commentary. We've got kids watching.
Wait.
He can play it anyway.
Well, bishop e6, the knight can take. That's the good news because it covers the d8 square. But then how are you going to cover it after that?
And if knight takes b7, you just go rook b8. But Magnus going very, very positional here. Can't really blame him. He wants to play with an abundance of caution. He's still much better because of his monopoly over the dark squares all over the board.
This looks great. Bishop pair, open space. That knight on c3 completely dominated by that pawn on c6. I think that it's nice to play bishop e6 when you're a commentator, but it would have shattered black's pawn structure, whereas this position, there is no harm, and everything is looking good for Magnus.
God, his piece is operating in concert like a practiced Philharmonic symphony. It's crazy. Every piece fulfilling its own role. Rook g2 apparently wins the game with a beautiful sequence of bishop checks. He's going to find it. You know it. You know it. No, he doesn't. Still winning.
Not that easy to spot in a bullet game, but this looks great for black. You're just trying to weaken, to loosen the pawn chain and go after the base pawn.
And what we take for granted so often in Magnus's play is I really like to draw attention to how he plays on both sides of the board. It produces an aesthetic effect even to someone who barely knows the rules of the game. Look at how one move is on the queen side, then the other on the king side, then the other in the center. He uses the board as his canvas to produce beautiful paintings, whether it's bullet or blitz or classical. And look at this checkmate on g4.